Hey YouTube, I just watched this video and saw the pictures myself, and I decided to save them regarding the moving object on Mars taken by the rover up there. And the first frame here I think is looking quite peculiar, because the rock you're seeing in the sand here is very different from each other, and they're scattered like, it's just one big mess. But there are some rocks here in these pictures here that stands out and seem a little, I don't know, like this rock like this one here. It could look like part of something that was once a construct. I'm not saying, but looks like. It looks like it's chipped off in some form or fashion. But let's take the next frame. This is the video showing, that is the video which is of interest. But I want to point something out that they completely missed of the same frame, which I find is pretty peculiar. They would miss that. So let me see if I can zoom in on it, and that will be up here, and it will be over here. We have the object of interest standing here, a black something weird. But I want you to pay attention to this area here too. Right now, as we see it here, it kind of looks like the head of a snake. I'm not saying it's a snake, but it looks like a cobra. Bear that in mind. We also have something here that looks like volcanic rock, or what you also would call Lika stone. And I also looked it up just to give you an idea of what is Lika stone. It is a volcanic rock, and they are also being used for construction. They are extremely light, and they are extremely strong, and they got some extreme good insulation properties against heat, but also against cold. They are highly efficient. It's a very, very good building material, as for your knowledge. And if we play with the thought that someone might have lived up here once, it would have been a perfect medium to use for insulation of buildings, because from that distance to the sun it might be extremely cold at night, and it might be, because of Mars' thin atmosphere, extremely hot at day. Well, that's up to speculation. I cannot tell you about that. But what we still have in mind is up here in this frame here. We have an object standing here in the next frame. But pay attention to there, right there by this weird looking rock. And let's take the next frame. Here the object is appearing between the rock, and here we again see the snake-like feature from this rock. Whatever it is, I don't know. Let's zoom in on it and see what we can see. Again we see this that looks like Lika here, 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 and here, and there. Quite a few of them, and over here too, Lika. It looks like volcanic rock. But as you see over here in the frame, we have this object standing here. This is what they have in the view, and we have this snake-like looking, cobra-looking face. So we go to next frame, and the object is not there anymore. We can agree to that. It vanished, and these pictures are taken over a 6-day period. The rock is gone, or whatever that was there is gone. But another thing also, which they missed, in being fababbled about that, this has also changed appearance. It do not any longer have, maybe it still have the same outline, but this freaking thing moved too, or something else happened. Absolutely. And again we see these Leka rock lying around. It could be due to volcanic activity on Mars, but you know, they have found some weird stuff. But if you take a look at the picture, that thing which we are seeing standing here in the former frame, if you take a look over down, right down, it looked like it's over there now. Almost have the same shape. Where did it go? See, it changed its appearance, this one. It's no longer the same as we saw in the picture before. Well, let's take a further look over there. What's there? That looks like the same object. It really does. It looks like the same object. That's strange. Let's take the next frame. And that is what they noticed. That this object moved. It was down. Now it's over here. And this one, again, has changed too in appearance. You see that? This one has changed too. This object moved. Very strange. And the randomness of all this rock here in the foreground here is, I don't know. It kind of looked like a mix between lots of different rocks. Lots of Leka, lots of what could be chipping off of material. I don't know, but this one changed. This one here moved from there to there in 6 days. But this one also changed right here. So that's pretty much what I have to say. Very fishy what's around the Mars surface. And, well, I don't know if that was on purpose, but what is that? It looks like an engraving on this stone. Right here. And it even looks like this stone is made out of two different materials. This is very light. This is very dark. Could it be part of what was once a structure? Not saying. Could it be? But as a distinct circle shape here. Very interesting. I think it is. Wonder if there's any more that needs to be paid attention to. I don't know. But again, we have the Leka here. Very strong material. Looks like Leka. Spongy rock. Could be from volcanic activity, but it could have been part of what is supporting or insulating the building. Could be. I say could be. I think that will be conclusion of the sequence. What you see here, it's not there. What you see here in the next frame, it's there. You still have that shape on that. Here, looks like a cobra. Next frame, the thing looks like it's standing out here. The same darkness always. Kind of like the same outline. It's a little difficult to see, but this changed. This is weird. The object is gone. Appearing to be over there all of a sudden. and then the freaking thing is there. And it's the same thing. Can't explain that. Over and out, and have a nice weekend. God bless you.